Hello, welcome to another edition of Kupers Commentaries. This time we're on EB. I'm going to talk about one fight in particular in as much detail as I can. So, like I say, we're on EB. You can see in the background there, we've got a group of Augury Rock. They've set up trebuchets. They're starting to treb. What's the tower called? Mendons. We've come in around this rock. If you look on the minimap, you see there's Mendons there. We've come up around this rock through this little alleyway. So if I hit play now, you can see the group in better detail there, if this tree wasn't in the way. You can see a big zag there, and there's a few more on the back there. They're all stacked up nice and tight. So if you can see where I'm walking now, I've taken a wide right. My plan is to either come around this rock and come in behind them, hoping that they haven't seen us. But if you look, if I hit play more, you can see that they've started to see us. So I changed my mind here, I turned back. So I'm trying to stretch them out, trying to pull out the overextenders. So those who've watched the other videos will see what this is. So they've seen us. So if I put pause now, see there's a group here that's pulled out away from the stack. See the big zags on the treb still, bigger zag. This little group here is pulled away. So that's who my target's going to be. You can see I'm waiting, trying to pull them more, trying to pull them towards this tree. This tree line now in the middle. This tree is splitting the zag in half. So if I pause it here, we can see just by moving to the right and then back again, this group's just completely split off from the main zag. If you look closely, you can see the tags EA. It's actually a guild group within the zag. So you've got the map zag, and then a guild group alongside them as well, Treb and Mendons, which happens to be a tier 3. You see they've got 2 Trebs up and they're building the third one there. So if you can see here, started to empower, making ways for an attack here. So what I want to do now is I want to push this group because they're more concerned about the trebs, but then make it look as if I'm pushing that group, and then go over to the right. So I'm going to split around this tree, use this tree as cover to hide the change in direction. Going to push to the tree, hide behind the tree, and then change direction, and then come in to hit this group. It's a much smaller group, we can take them out much faster. So you can see we're starting to move in now. We're behind the tree, so now I want to turn right and cut, and what's called cut right, which is turn 90 degrees to the right. So we just get hit by a fear wall there. That makes no difference. I was still turning right. So you can see I've cut right. Rest of the group, some of them get feared. So we've used this tree as cover to hide our change in direction, so these guys aren't ready yet. You see what they've done? They've gone for a push. We've made it look as if we're pushing this group on the left, which is, if you look on the minimap, if we push a group on the left, it opens up our right flank, which they've taken advantage of, not realizing that we've changed direction there. Kind of hard to describe, but the second time you'll see it more closely. So we pushed this group hard before they were ready, so they didn't all make it through the veil. Some of them have split off right. See now this group, the ones at the trebs, they've seen an opportunity to push into us. So we do a quick spike here. See, I've just looked there, they're coming down this hill. We do a big spike on this guild group, and now we start the kite. We're starting to kite, we're kiting away. We've got 2 groups on us now. We get waters in front of us as we run away, and we blast it on the way out. You see the big zag there and the guild group on the right. So I've got enough distance now for myself, so I can start in powers while everyone catches up. This gives us might for one. If you're at the front of the retreat, which usually the raid leader will be, you can start in powers at the front, whilst the rest of your melee and everyone else catches up. They'll get the heals from the empower, they'll get the might for the empower. Because what the next thing we're going to do a self spike. We see one overextender here that's downed. So that's the start of the self spike. See, we've all regrouped now, because those at the front of the retreat are stood still. Guild group's pushing into us now. So we do a big self spike. Look at the AoE on the floor. We spike on top of ourselves. We get a few down. We're taking heavy damage now. Look at the AoE on the floor once again. So we have to pull out. Look at the party UI. You see it at half health. So we pull out going into the choke point. So again, we've pulled into the choke point now. We've got the Zerg on the left, the guild group on the right. The guild group stops their push. That's what their self spikes do. We do big massive damage to get them at half health. They've spiked on us, we're at half health, so both groups go for a regroup. Our regroup's a bit faster than theirs. So because of that, we take out these overextenders that chase us into the choke point. See, that's their regroup. We've already regrouped. Look at our party UI now. Okay, and they pull away for a regroup. So now basically the fight's reset. I want to try and push this group. I want to try and push them again before they go back to their original positions. You see the skill group on the right's gone back to the same position. Zeg's trying to get back to the Treb, so I want to really push the Zeg and pick off the guys at the back before they can get back. So we do a fast regroup. See this guy down on the right. So do a fast regroup, quicken powers to get our damage up, and we go for the push again. So I want to push this back group. So again, I was a bit late there. They got back to the Treb, so everything's reset. Everyone's back to where they were. So again, we'll just do the same thing again. We'll push this group and we'll turn around using the trees as cover. Hide behind the trees, turn right. Veil was not asked for, so I decided to do a fake push because the Veil didn't show the turn. So I did a fake push, tried to draw them out. They didn't react at all. So this group doesn't want to fight right now, so we'll go for the Zeg instead. So we've done this twice now. We've pushed left and cut right. This time we'll push right and cut left. If you watch, I'm trying to position the two groups into one spike. Trying to merge these two groups together, so we can get one big spike off on both of them. See, we empower. We're still using the trees. There's a split between the two groups. Using the trees as cover. Now we push right. See, these guys have empowered. They're looking to push us. So I want to bait them into a push from them. So we're going to open up our right flank to them, so they're going to push us. I want them to push us. So we hit right. We flank left. See, this Zeg's opened up. They're hitting our left flank because it's open. So we cut left. I want this guild group to hit our right flank. So we open up our right flank to them. That's an easy push for them. If you look at the minimap, you see our right flank is open to them. There on those 3 dots there on the right hand side, that's where the guild group is, on our right side of the tree. And we're pushing the main Zeg. So what I want to do is push this Zeg, expecting them to push our right flank. You can see them coming in now. So now the groups are much closer together. It's the two groups, still using the trees as cover. So now cut right, back to where we came from. See them swinging in our left. We've got the Zeg on the left, and we've got the guild group coming in on the left now. You see both groups have now merged. Still using the trees as cover. So now you can see where the spike point's going to be is where I'm standing right now. They're coming around the trees. You see all the AoE, just getting out that AoE from the initial Zeg spike. The guild group's coming in. So we pulled around the left of the trees. Now it's one giant group now. Much easier to spike onto. Using the trees as cover to hide our AoE damage on the floor. We do a massive self spike here. The damage has gone down. Look at the AoE on the floor. The guild group's done smart things. They've gone around the right side, so they've retreated back around. They're not running through all this AoE like the rest of the Augury Rock Zerg's done. So we do a big self spike. We take out a lot of the Zerg, the unorganised group, and now we're starting to kite the guild group again. If I pause there, you see the water field go down. If I go back a little bit, just there the water field goes down. There's the water field. We blast on the way out. We use Guardian line of warding to hold the retreat, so that they can't follow us. They have to go around certain directions. This is just dropping CC. So you can see all the down in front from the Zerg from our spike. We see guys coming around the left side, main blob and guild group coming around the right side. So we drop CCs on the left, so they can't chase us on the left. They can only come in one way, and that's around the right side. So we've eliminated an attack path from them. We're still regrouping again at the front of the retreat. Start your empowers early, let everyone catch up. We've got a nice regroup there because the moving waters kept our health topped off, so we're still ready to fight. We've just buffed up for might, so we're ready to fight again. This EA guild's coming into us, so again we'll do a big self spike. This is the second spike now of the fight. The first spike is still there on the tree. We've still got down players over there. This is the second self spike. See all the damage from them? We have to get out of that damage. So we get out of the damage. They stop. They stop the push. They go for a retreat and a regroup. We've done the same. We go for a quick regroup, and then if you see, we're all together. We're all full health. We're mites up, so we can go for a push. So we swing around the right side to go out this AoE. We chase their regroup. See this EA guild in front? This is the target now. So we're going for a spike. I drop a ring, trap a few of them in. We do a big spike. See our health now. My health's a bit low, so I pull out. We go for a quick regroup. I want to try and push this guild group before they recover from the initial push we just did then. So I want to get back into them as soon as possible. Not only that, the Zerg on the left hand side is starting to recover and they can go for a push. So I want to watch our left flank as well. So again, pushing this guild group, watching that Zerg, see, because they were downed, they're now either finished or they've revived each other. So I'm watching this skill group at this Zerg on the left hand side. So we pull out for a regroup. Full regroup now. Nice and slow. Reset the fight. We've killed a few of them. They've used banners. See those 3 banners down in front of us. So now again, remember at the start of the fight the Zerg was up here at the Trebs, and the guild group was around here. We can see we've shifted the battle now. We've shifted the fight to the right a little bit, which means the guild group's now way out on the right hand side, and this Zerg goes back to the hill. If you watch it, as soon as that Zerg goes back up to that hill, you can see them moving up now. This guild group's out in the open. They're primed for an attack. They've split off. They're too far away. We can wipe this guild group fast and then hit the Zerg later. You can see they've moved away. I see that, so I start pushing. I want to try and cut them in half. I want to try and get a big line down the middle of them so they can't retreat back to the rest of their Zerg. I want to try and push them to the right hand side. Best way to do that is to spike them on this left hand side. Try and cut that retreat off so they can't run left. They want to have to run right, or they have to run away from us. Either way, they're running away from the Zerg and they're just getting more and more isolated. So again, I see me spiking the mobs on the left hand side. This guy tries to run left. We spike the left hand side. We go in from the left hand side. This pushes them to the right. They have to retreat right. See, they start retreating backwards away from the Zerg. The Zerg's too far away to help them out. The Zerg's not even pushing us. Now to 1v1 us in this guild. So we take out their front line. We quicken powers because we're taking no damage. They're not fighting back. We push their back line now. Quick wipes. We pull out for a quick regroup. We get big waters on top of us. A couple of quick blasts to keep our healing up, and then we go back in. So this guild group's scrambling now. They're low on health. There's the retreat there. The group are trying to retreat. Watching this, the rest of the Zerg coming in. They've ran towards Mendens and they're on their way back now. Watching these guys at the tree, see that even the Zerg's split in half. So we're finishing off this guild group. This Zerg's on the left hand side. That's who I want to push next, and then this group on the right. What happens now though, whilst we're killing the rest of this guild group, finishing them off, Empower's ready to push this group. They push to us. You can see the rest of the Zerg's a bit behind. So we've got this Zerg split in half now as well. We've got the slow guys at the back. We're not paying attention to the commander. I'm guessing this is the commander pushing into us. They wouldn't push on their own. So the commanders pushed their Augury Rock commanders pushed to us, so we just swap places. We keep our range spike on the downed where they're pushing into. So now they're taking damage as they walk in. And we go back up to finish them now. Get a bigger mob off, I get pulled back, but the rest of the guild goes in. Big spike down. The rest of them don't want to push up this hill. We pull out off the hill now because there's a big clusterfuck of people spreading out. They want to try and pull away. This gives them time to merge, to start trying to res their friends. Get them to gather up as much as possible because now they're pretty disorganised. Push group by group. They're getting invis off there, mass invis, and now you can see them starting to scatter. They're just picking off people now. So now we're finishing off this guy. You see they're starting to gather over there on guns, and I call that in TeamSpeak. I can see them gathering. The best way to call a spike is to say a position. I say spiking on guns next in this particular instance. So we finish off these guys, and I see guns needs help, so we push towards guns, and I call it out to spike on guns. So we're going for these guys that are running away. So they drop down the cliff, so we're not going to chase them. They've left the fight. That's pretty much it. Okay, so what I want you to take away from that is cutting left and right sides, so that's turning 90 degrees to the left or to the right. In this instance, we cut right to fake push the group on the left, and we push the group on the right, so just these are quick reminders now. Cutting to the right, this group wasn't ready for it, so we got the free spike off. On a retreat, you want to have moving waters in front of you, so right here we're on a retreat. We get waters in front of us, there's the water down, so we blast it on the move. And also guardians at the front start using powers early, so I start my empower at the front of the retreat. So when everyone catches up, they get the might, they get the heals. So if you look at our health, one warrior there got caught behind, so he's still half health, but most of us are fully health, and we're full of might, so we're ready to fight. There's the beginning of a self spike. Also, what I'd like you to take away is pulling and stretching of a group. So as you see at the very beginning here, we get face to face with the Zerg. I try one thing, it doesn't work, so I go for pull and a stretch. So we've just stretched the group there, pulled a few of them out of the ball, out of the Zerg. Happened to be a guild group, but it's still Move right, move left, move in, move out, move whichever direction you want. Just try and pull them apart, try and get their attention, get them distracted, and get them out of position. And lastly, what I want you to take away is forcing the enemy's movement by either using the terrain. So throughout the whole of this fight, we've used this tree as been the pinpoint of the fight between the two groups. But secondly is prevent retreats, stop them from getting retreats off easily. So if you see the Zergs off on the left hand side, you're a smaller group on the right hand side, you want to try and meet up with the bigger group. More defensive advantages there with more people. So you want to try and cut that retreat off. So to do that, prevent that retreat, force the movement to the right hand side by spiking one side. So we spike the left there, we force them right and backwards, keeping them isolated, and then that completely separated them. So we were able to pick that group off because we prevented their retreat to the left at the beginning of that fight there. So the next part of the video will be the whole fight in real time, me trying to keep up with what's going on in my head. Okay, so we walk through the alleyway, we see this group on the left. Okay, we're trying to sneak up around the right hand side, go behind them. Hopefully they haven't seen us, Okay, the second group's seen us, so we'll pull back, we'll try and stretch the group, try and get that group away from the Zerg, pull them out. Looks like it's worked, they've moved away slightly. Oh look, it's a guild group, it looks like a couple of tags there. Okay, so we move forward slowly, see if they want to fight. I see a couple of empowers go off there. Use the tree as cover, split the Zerg in two. Fake push this left group, turn behind the trees as cover, cutting 90 degrees to the right there. Second Zerg's coming in on our left flank, so we have to pull out. Now we're on the retreat to get moving waters in front of us. Enough space to empower, let's get an empower at the front with me. Here they come now, with full health, self spike on top of us, a couple of overextenders go down. Checking that group on the left where we first spiked. Too much damage, gotta get out, look at our health, look at our party UI, pull into the choke point. Next spike point will be in the entrance of the choke point. They don't follow us in, we get a nice water there. Nice and healed up. A couple of overextenders come in, so we take them out. They pull out now, going to go reset the fight. So we quickly finish off the overextenders. We're trying to get back to the fight so before they can get back to those trebs. I go for a pretty greedy empower there. Could have done without that to kind of catch these back guys. Never mind. Okay, so they'll kind of ruin this attempt here. Never mind. We'll go for a fake push instead. Didn't react at all. Not looking to fight. Okay, we'll push the Zerg instead. Next push. So pull out, waiting for empower cooldowns to come back up. Again, using the tree to split the Zergs. Okay, want to bait this right group into a push. Expose our right flank. So we cut left. Zerg's pushing into us. Right flank's exposed. Checking that guild group's pushing in with us. Here comes the guild group, kiting back to where we came from. Big spike on this tree now. Big massive spike. Both groups in one. Huge spike. Guild group coming around the right side, pulling out for a regroup. Getting CCs behind, moving waters behind in front of us, and powers at the front once again. Guild group coming in. Big self spike now, second self spike. Checking that Zerg in the top left corner of the eye. They're not pushing, okay, back into the choke point. Moving around the right side, out of the AoEs, pushing the guild group on the retreat. Hit the guild group, checking that Zerg in the left corner of the eye once again. They're still down, they're still recovering. Pulling out for a regroup, lots of damage. Quick empowers, get our damage up, want to hit this guild hard now. Again, checking that Zerg on the left corner of my eye. Still recovering, not looking to push. Okay, now let's pull out and reset the fight. 4 seconds until empower. Slow regroup. Banners used, cooldowns used. Moving slowly, seeing what the Zerg's going to do. Still looking at guild group, waiting for the guild group to drop down the right side cliff there. They stand still, Zerg moves off left. Okay, we'll push this group. Try and prevent their retreat on the left hand side, so we'll spike the left hand side. No, you're not retreating left. Push them, force them out into the right hand side and backwards. Hit the front group, Zerg's not looking at what we're doing. Spike on the guild's front line, spike on the guild's back line now. Check that Zerg, what's it doing? Look, it's going to Mendens. Okay, we can freely hit these guys. Hit this guild in front of us. Okay, quick waters regroup, small empowers. Half regroup there. Moving in to finish this guild group off as fast as possible. They're scattering like crazy. Wish I had a great sword to pull them all in. Okay, looking at that group at the tree there. Finishing off this guild group. powers to push this guild group, to push the Zerg on the tree there. They're pushing to us, so we swap places, let them go up top. Range spike on the downed. Going in melee now, melee's going in. Big mob off there by me. Hit the commander hard. Lots of damage, lots of players up there. Clean regroup now, clean ground. Quicken powers, get the damage up, let's finish off these guys. Back up to the hill, let them cluster. Go for the biggest cluster you can see, which is this group at the cliff edge. Try and catch them and get them mobilised, so I've lost them. So now we just pick off who we can. Okay, couple down, stay on the down, big cluster of 3 down there. Looking at guns now, guns is the next spike point. Moving over to guns, biggest cluster of players is over there. Trying to swipe these guys in front of us. Nice water on the push there from us. And that's the fight over. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please comment. There may be more in the future. Any requests, please post them as well. And if you have a video that you'd like me to comment on, if you're a raid leader, send me one of your videos. That's fine by me. I'm happy to do that, pointing out errors, what I think are errors, what I would have done differently, those kind of things. Please send me a message, let me know what you think. Okay, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.